welcome back to another strange and mysterious whoop-dee podcast. Yeah. Of course, I'm one of your hosts, G. Introduce yourself, fellas.
Define 999, Matt Roybal, a.k.a. The Rat, a.k.a. The Junk Rat, a.k.a. The fucking Beast.
Oh,
Coming
shit.
at you live.
Damn, that was a good one. Last but not least,
It's McVice.
it's the McVice. If you need advice, you talk to McVice.
McVice. He'll slice you off a slice of McVice, but ain't gonna be free. You better give him something for it.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies,
A hug or a fist bump or something. Or a kiss.
hey,
Sweet
ladies,
peck
sign
on the
your
cheek.
pity on the running kind. Booty tang. All right, gentlemen, tonight we're going to do a show about something that's been really popular in the media and just everywhere, specifically in New Jersey about the drones, right? So we're going to watch a little clip and then we'll have a discussion after it. So let's take a look.
All right, this is going right over us right now.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? A drone? Welcome to the New Jersey suburbs, where big, mysterious flying machines
Ain't no
appear
bird,
over
guys.
our heads at night. All we know is they weren't all there before.
They're loud. It is just nuts. They've been going in different directions.
What are these aircraft? It continues to be a mystery. State and federal officials are investigating and say they don't pose a credible threat. But
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
and then this from a Pentagon spokeswoman.
At this time, we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary.
So no, we don't know what they are. But I do know a bit about them after spotting them, talking to residents and experts.
What is that?
Yes, some of the videos show aircraft that look like planes. And some of them definitely are regular planes. But experts who have seen
That's
the
a
reported
plane.
drone footage categorize it into two buckets: quadcopters and fixed-winged aircraft. I didn't see one of the quadcopters, but Melissa Peterson in Chatham believes she did. In her footage, this object goes back and forth in the sky. Experts I showed it to said it did look like a drone. I've spoken to residents in a number of towns up and down the state, and many report seeing similar low-flying objects. What I saw did not look like that, but it did appear to be flying lower than a regular plane.
There we go. That is low. That's just hovering over something.
And there was a lot of activity in the air, far more than usual, and I didn't see a lot of that reported on flight tracking apps with FAA data. At a New Jersey briefing on Wednesday, officials said the drones fly for 6 to 7 hours at night. They believe they're coming in from over the water.
These are apparently as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark.
With all the attention in the state, many have taken to social media to report drone sightings. For the past few nights, my Ring app has been full of alerts, though many do seem to be plane sightings. The White House on Thursday implied as much.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat. We have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings.
So really fast, I think what's fascinating to me is here you have a bunch of these, drones or whatever you want to call them over United States airspace. And our government is saying that they don't know what they are. And they're not scrambling any type of jet, helicopter, anything to go after these things. That I find very bizarre. I'm not too sure how to make, what to make about that. What do you guys think?
I think there are drones. This is like a black ops type deal. They're doing something, man, and they're just not telling the public what's going on. They're not going to tell them. You know, now what their real agenda is, I have no idea, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's our own, honestly.
So,
I'm with you guys. Oh, them saying, trust me, them coming out and saying, at this time, there's currently no danger to the general public, blah, blah, blah. And then on the other side of their mouth saying, we don't know where they are. We're investigating. It's like they're talking out both sides of their mouth. But both sides, what they're saying is this is clearly a government op. Personally, I don't have any evidence for it, but I believe it has to deal with drone swarms, monitoring civilian populations, and this is all one big fucking test. And they're doing it. I actually don't believe. I don't think it's the UFO angle. I actually think it's kind of clumsy and stupid, right? So what I think is, I think there's a whole suite of drone technology that they're testing, and some of the drones, they're lit up like Christmas trees because they want people, local populations, to see the drones, right? So that they can act and react. My guess, because this is all my research on it, this is where the future is going. AI-powered drone swarms where they take an AI and there's bigger mothershipy type drones. So those could be the planes. Those could, maybe they're the quadcopters. And they go in and they say, they give them like parameters. We're looking for a Caucasian, male, 50s, blah, 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 just to run tests on the local populace. And then these drone swarms are controlled by AI, right? And that AI is just they're just testing it right now. Because in a war space, that kind of information is going to be invaluable. And if they're looking at hunting people down, I mean, the biggest thing I think for this is for the Black Ops community to be able to say, hey, let's say we're hunting down a fucking terrorist in Dubai, and we're going to launch, because they'll have everything, right? Inside the drones, there's weapons on board these drones. The drones go out, they do the hunting. Think about how smart that is. You make a scene with a drone, right? So, of course, everyone comes out to go look at the drone, while another darker black drone is facial recognitioning all the people out there looking. And then they find the guy that they need. And then there's a second drone that comes in and either administers some kind of intelligence, or it's, not all ops or kill ops. I mean, it's fascinating. Honestly, there should be a Black Mirror episode about this tomorrow.
Yeah. And I definitely, I don't think it has anything to do with anything paranormal or anything like
I
that.
don't either.
This is absolutely the government doing stuff, but not letting the public know what they're doing.
No.
And
they're testing it on their own citizens.
Exactly.
They're going, okay, let's see how fine-tuned we can get this AI algorithm and see what they can find. They might even be able to go out there and say, okay, we're trying to get this one guy that lives in New Jersey. Let's give all kinds of information to the drones and just see if they can actually find this guy. Yeah. And then all that testing that they're doing, because this is what I think too. For every drone you see, there's probably 5 you don't see out there in that sky. Higher up, higher elevations. Who knows what kind of drone technology you're testing, but I promise you, it's drone swarm AI powered, probably, or maybe it's even also counter. They have systems in place to counter the drone technology to see how well that does. They're just literally, New Jersey is just literally a test bed operation that they're keeping black, that they're not, the government knows that no one's in danger, and they're just let the people do their little petty talking. Who cares? In fact, if they think we're hunting UFOs, that's actually a good thing. Right?
So do you think that this is like a power play by the government or people inside the government to start flexing more control over the populace?
The Black Ops community?
Because people are becoming more desperate, and
it's an interesting angle,
which is incumbent, and coincides when people start to get stress more, they start to act up more, right? And these drones could be used to help control populations. You think that's what the power move is?
It could be.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, we have to look to Ukraine. if we look to Ukraine, we see that the modern battlefield is now going to be dominated by drones. There's no going back. Sea drones, air drones. I think that there could be a dual purpose there, particularly with the the social order and control. I mean, when CEOs start to get shot, yeah, that's going to concern the powers that be, right? The higher echelons of late stage capitalism. Yeah, they get concerned when the plebs rise up. But the other thing that the conflict in Ukraine is teaching us is that targeted assassinations using drones is the way of the future. Ukraine has already been doing these assassinations on Russian soil. They've been using drones, drone technology, and then of course people on the ground there that through the intelligence services of Ukraine. But I think America realizes that in the next future conflict, being able to use drones to hyper target people of worth and people of value. Let's say you've got a brilliant commander of a brigade, and he's a Chinese commander of a particularly good special forces Chinese brigade, and they're in the middle of a invasion of Taiwan. How helpful is that if you can create a drone swarm that seeks and hunts that motherfucker out, and they know exactly which ship he's on in the Taiwan Strait, and they know through the drone somehow that he follows a schedule where he's on the on the mast of the ship, where the commanders go at specific times, and then they use a drone to take that dude out. Like, that's the future of war.